All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with our dokkan battle video, and today we're going to take a look at the data download that just hit on both sides of the game. So we're going to take a look and see what we got here. Thank you, Proton 10MG, as always, for everything data download for this game. So as we look through the list here, it looks like we've got the sub EZA for the STR Whis, the new Union Master stages, the super EZA for the STR LR, Beerus, and Whis, new battlefield, and new baton. So not a whole lot to go through in this whole data download. It does look like that the Whis and the Beerus and Whis EZAs are not happening until the 14th at 1 a.m. Eastern. So we still got a while before these boys drop. Now, I think we were all kind of hoping these guys were dropping like right after the data download hits. We've already got their details and everything, so I don't know why they're waiting so long, unless they're just really trying to spread out like the content for the week. Because I mean, the 14th is Thursday. So we must really not have a whole lot planned for this week. Hopefully next week is full of stuff, because I think we still have like all of next week before we get into even thinking about like the next Dokkan Fest. So we're in for a little bit of a dry spell here, I think. Let's go ahead and let's go through this stuff real quick. So it looks like there's the STR Whis right there. The Union Master stage. So stage 17 and 18, Bond of Master and Disciple. That's actually interesting. I mean, I guess Beerus and Whis count as like Bond of Master and Disciple, right? Yeah, they do. Okay. All right, that makes a little bit more sense. I was like kind of expecting like a Realm of Gods kind of stage, which I don't know. Have we gotten a Realm of Gods stage yet from Union Master? I'll have to go back and look. Let's see, there's the medals for the STR, LR, Beerus, and Whis, the battlefield stuff, and then a bunch of baton stickers. And that's really it inside the data download. that is really all that's there. We're going to jump over though and keep looking at some of this other stuff. So obviously we've got the Whis coming for his EZA. I think he looks very good. I think he's going to be exactly what the new int LR or not LR int TUR Beerus needs. As kind of a helpful support kind of character. The Beerus and Whis LR, I think, also looks pretty good to run alongside him. I think these guys are going to do very well. Very much looking forward to them. It's just very odd that they're not dropping for another couple days. I don't make the decisions here, so I don't know what else to say about that. There was some updates to the actual celebration info, so it looks like we are getting a filler banner for the 14th, 15th, you know, all that stuff, with the STR LR Beerus. So he will be summonable. You will be able to pick him up from this summon if you decide to do this. However, do not do this. This is a trap banner. There's no reason to summon on this. Yes, I get it. He's getting a super EZA that looks very enticing, but do not spend your stones on this. There is no way that this is something that people should be spending their stones on. So they are putting this up. If you decide to try to go for him, good luck. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do not, because these are not the types of banners you summon on at all. These have little to no value in them. Yes, it's a better chance to be able to pull the LR Beerus and Whis, but they are unfeatured on every freaking LR banner. So I wouldn't even bother trying. Dokkan Day missions coming up here soon. We got the baton stuff. This is the super EZA for the LR Beerus and Whis. Ultimate Clash, Union Master, which is available now. It is actually up now. And then it looks like some reopening for the event where you can get the My Bulma Vegeta and the Pudding Cup item, which is good for the Baba shop. So we'll go over that here as well. The Mysterious Ritual Elder Kai the banner is re-upping on the 15th, going through the 29th. So I think the 29th 1 a.m. is when we could possibly expect the next Dokkan Fest to drop. And I will say, because of this being here, this EZA banner for the LR Beerus and Whis, this pretty much confirms there is no part 2, right? I was wondering why the Elder Kai banner was resetting on the 15th. Wondering maybe could we see some sort of weird part 2 or weird like filler banner, and sure enough, there it is. So this is it. So we can basically count like the Xenoverse 2 Vegeta as the quote unquote part 2 of this celebrations banner. Sorry, got a phone call in the middle of recording that. So it's the legendary summon banner here being here is very much indicative that this is the filler banner. There is no part 2, unfortunately, for this celebration. So it's looking like a lot more of just filler content and trying to, I guess, limp to the next Dokkan Fest is what this kind of seems like. So if we can expect the next Dokkan Fest around the 29th, that's still like almost 2.5 weeks away. Like that's a long time to still wait, and that explains why they're really trying to stretch this content out, right? I mean, giving us Union Masters, great. Giving us some of these like reopening events, sure. And then waiting for the EZAs to happen later in the week makes a little bit more sense when you realize there's not a whole lot left to go on. So they are trying to really spread some stuff out. On the topic of this event here and the pudding cups that you can get from it. So there's a lot of talk right now. This is the item that you can get from there. Now, the pudding cup, you can use this in the Baba shop to exchange for different items. This is usually a open shop that stays, like the selection stays there right once you buy it out. It's just kind of gone. They have like medals in there to awaken some of the characters that are free to play within the event. So like you've got like these medals here, you've got this guy here. These stay forever. Like if you can see the end date, they go until 2037. These things are here forever. Now with them bringing this stuff back, usually they refresh some of the items within the Baba shop. They let you kind of just take your time, get these as you go. These are now limited time pickups. So as you can see, these have begun, right? The 12th at 4 a.m. These are available now. So run through the event, get all of your pudding cups, trade them in for these items here. But these go away June 5th. So a lot of people are going to be very mad, right? So not only do we now have limited time content, we now have limited time Baba shop items, which I think is going to be, I want to call it problematic, but I don't know if that's the right word. I just know it's going to be very disliked among the community, right? So it looks like you pick up some Dragon Stones, some of the Dragon Stone ore, some Elder Kais, some meats, some skill orbs, or link skill orbs, I should say. And then if you're trading items and stuff like that. So definitely take your time to go through the event, get as much of the pudding cups as you can as rewards. You can burn through that pretty quickly. If I remember correct, it's been a while since I've run through this event, but I think you can burn through that pretty quickly. Pick up all the stuff in the Baba shop before it goes away. Do not miss out on this stuff. Like these are completely free items, free Dragon Stones, free Elder Kais, free meats, all that stuff. Do not let this stuff pass you by. Like definitely get this done. One of the other things to talk about here is the Bond Master and Disciple Union Master stage. So with this, Sage 17 and 18 are going to be Bond Master and Disciple. So obviously, I mean, Beerus and Whis are a Bond Master and Disciple, so it does make sense. A lot of times this has in the past kind of pointed towards maybe something else that's coming up soon. I saw the title of it and I was like, my first instant thought before we looked and saw that the Whis is in fact a Bond Master Disciple. Beerus is as well. I was like, we see like a new Gohan or new Piccolo, new Orange Piccolo or something like that. I mean, looking at the stages, these are all enemies that Gohan and Piccolo fight. Like Gohan and Piccolo fight Nappa. Gohan and Piccolo fight, I can never say their name. Saunel and Purina? Never get their name right. And then Gohan and Piccolo fight Gamma 2 and Gamma 1. So could we be pointing towards maybe a Gohan Beast or a Orange Piccolo kind of coming up, tag unit, something like that? Maybe I'm reaching a little bit too much in there for it, but I'm going to call for it anyway. Last thing we'll talk about here are the missions that are coming up. So the Dokkan Special Day missions are here. They are the typical missions. So once these are live on the 14th, we will definitely go through and knock those out. These are where you can get a little bit extra of the Super EZA medals for the LR, Beerus, and Whis. This is just going through the actual like Super EZA event. Let's see, it's just to win with at least 3 Extreme Z Awakened characters. 4 Earthbred fighters, and 4 beat it within 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And you'll get all of these extra medals to make the grind just a little bit easier. My daughter's banging on the door, so I think that's my cue to start wrapping this up. And then here is a couple more of being able to pick up the medals to awaken the STR Whis a little bit easier. So beating stage 31 of the Beerus EZA event with a full team of all types, 6 power of wishes characters, and beat it within a minute and 31 seconds, or beat it within a minute on level 31 or higher. Not too difficult. I think these are pretty simple missions to get through. So that's really it for the data download. There's not a whole lot here, like I said. Remember, the EZA is dropping in a little under 2 days. It's probably a little bit closer of a time. 14th, 1 a.m. Eastern. These guys will be available. Very much looking forward to them. Very much looking forward to running them alongside the new Beerus and with some of the other Realm of Gods units. But until then, that's really all I got here. So if I missed anything, please let me know down in the comments below. If you want me to go over anything else, please let me know down there as well. If you guys stuck around to the end, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of this data download, about these guys coming a little bit later, about the fact that we are getting a filler banner here for the quote-unquote part 2 of the celebration, and your guys' thoughts on the limited time Baba Shop pudding cups. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.